Breaking news alert, a proposal to fund a Planned Parenthood initiative to hand out condoms to prevent HIV has passed in the Shelby County Commission, but it wasn't without controversy.
This is an issue that both County Mayor Mark Luttrell and many of the commissioners called one of the more contentious ones in recent history.
This funding has nothing to do with abortions.
Ultimately, the commission voted 7-5 to award the $115,000 contract for condoms for HIV prevention to Planned Parenthood.
Tensions were very high. Everyone knows what was going on nationally with the election of President Trump. So you had this in the backdrop and this whole resurgence of quote unquote the conservative movement.
When this came before us, basically we had 4 agencies that were providing services through Free Condom Memphis. And it was mentioned that one of those 4 agencies was Planned Parenthood. Normally this process is very straightforward. We vote on it, it goes through. Grant funding is no problem. But in this case, what turns out the administration wanted to actually pull one of those agencies out and fund the other 3. The agency they were pulling out, of course, was Planned Parenthood, which was obviously not right.
Basically, it came down to a very partisan battle among the county commission.
There was no issue among my group of commissioners who support this, that this was something we were prepared to fight to the end, and fight we did.
We have to look at the bigger picture, and we can't be so little as to stop funding because you don't politically like what an entity is doing. And so that's why it struck home. You know, these were lives we're talking about.
My background is one where I've spent much of my life in the very poor communities of South Memphis and Orange Mound. I've seen poverty, and I've seen people who often, it's not that they make a bad decision, they make the best of the bad choices they have. And when we don't provide them with the assistance they need and with honest, fair, and truthful information, then they are forced to make bad decisions, and we're not helping them. And this was an example of that.
There were a number of young people who spoke and indicated, look here, Planned Parenthood is doing a wonderful thing in the community.
So Planned Parenthood is not just about giving out condoms. They're about educating those community partners in the laundromats, in the barbershops, in these places where the high-risk areas are.
When I stood up in front of the commission, I was afraid, but I felt the presence of everybody in the community supporting me to actually stand up and voice my concerns, even with the division of the commissioners.
We have to hold our elected officials accountable to not just those who can afford it, but to everybody.
The commissioners standing up for their constituents, it really made us feel like our voices were heard.
I applaud Commissioner Van Turner and Commissioner Reginald Milton for their voice and their vote.
It took the both of us, I think, standing up for this issue. He worked one angle, I worked the other, and we were able to get it done. I look forward to many other battles in the future with Commissioner Milton. This is one that we won. We won't win all of them, but we won this one, and we're happy that we won it. And whether we win or lose, I view Commissioner Milton as a brother in the struggle for progressive ideas, for doing what's right in this community, for standing up for Planned Parenthood and other like-minded organizations, and we're in it to the end.
We all have a purpose on this planet, and if it's not to stand for truth, if it's not to stand beside what is right, and if it's not to fight for justice, then why are we here? What is the reason for us being here? One of my first professional jobs was with Planned Parenthood. I made so many good friends at Planned Parenthood because it wasn't about people who had a job. It was people who had a purpose, a mission. And everyone there was committed to helping other people. I learned so much. And to be honest with you, the life that I have now comes from the experiences I've had throughout my life. Working for Planned Parenthood has given me that spirit to fight when I know there's a wrong, and has taken me up to this point in my life. And I take a great deal of pride that I take a little Planned Parenthood with me throughout my life. It is an experience that I'm proud of.